Hi, I'm Pastor Peter from Sweden. Have you ever heard the expression like father, like son? It describes the similarities that you can often find between a parent and his child, in this case, a father and son. When my kids were much younger, they were at the daycare center, much like this one. And sometimes I would amuse myself when I picked them up by looking at the parents and trying to guess which parent belongs with which child, who belong together. And often it was quite easy, because the saying is true. You can often tell by looking at the child who the parent might be. You can see the parent reflected in the child. This is a truth that I think all of you recognize. And Jesus uses that truth in John chapter 14, when he's trying to describe to his disciples that he and the Father are one. He says, I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. And then the disciples say, well, we would really like to meet the Father, the Almighty. And then Jesus says, in a way you already have, because you've met me. People have wondered throughout history what God is really like. People have tried to paint God sometimes, if there was not a ban on doing so. Sometimes maybe you've seen a painting of God as an old man, very large, with a big white beard. Is that what God looks like? Well, in the Bible we learn that God is spirit. He doesn't have a body. He doesn't look in a certain way that we can imagine him. So sometimes for us, it's difficult to grasp him. Some would say it's really impossible. But that's why the similarities between the Son and the Father are so valuable to us. The Father is, in many ways, revealed in the Son. So that when we look at Jesus and we read about him, how he cared for the sick, how he healed the broken, how he forgave sinners, in his love, we can see who the Father is. When we see how strict Jesus was when it came to sin and self-righteousness, we can see the attitude of the Father as well, to those who try to earn salvation on their own. And when we wonder, can God really forgive me one more time? Isn't he tired of me? Isn't he sick of my coming to him and asking him for forgiveness time and time again? We can see how Jesus explains the forgiveness that God can give you. Only God can give you. He says, I am with you always, and those of you who are heavy laden with a heavy burden, come to me and cast it off. And when Peter wanted to know how many times he should forgive his fellow humans, if 7 was enough, Jesus said not 7, but 70 times 7. By studying Jesus, by getting to know Jesus, we also get to know the Father. We also get to know and experience his love for us, his desire to be in communion with us, to have us know him better, to have us trust him. When we wonder, like Jesus' disciples did, what is the Father really like? Look at Jesus. Because like Father, like Son. Thanks for spending time with me today, and God bless your day. Bye now.